The cover on the top, and then it's open in the back. I can see them, but I don't know how to describe them. It was about this big. They're big, that boat, because they'd have nets set up, and you'd have to pull those nets up, and then fill the pot. And they were big boats, and they had to dock them over in town where it's deeper. They couldn't bring it home.
Mm-hmm. So they docked the boat
up by the fishery.
Oh, by the fishery. So they had to go from home, drive or walk or whatever.
Boat, in a kicker boat.
A kicker boat, a smaller canoe or something.
No, it's a boat that had a motor on it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Very
it was
big.
just like for fishing.
For two people.
Fishing, yeah. We could maybe fit four or five people in there, and they were called kicker boats.
And they would just take that kicker boat up the river.
Up to the river to where the big boat was.
And the big boat was kept offshore.
Yeah, it was docked there.
It wasn't docked at Tom and Ethel's.
No, because it was too shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tom and Ethel had their canoe.
Their canoes there.
And then they had a small kicker boat.
A kicker boat, yeah.
And they go out to this bigger boat.
Yeah, they go under the bridge, the car bridge
Mm-hmm.
in Warroad, and then they go under the railroad bridge, and that's where it's deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And that big train bridge is where Dale Allen was fishing in Finland.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you go, back to Hans and Willie,
Yeah.
so they took the kicker boat in the morning or something,
Yeah.
and they went out to Springsteel to work.
No, they went out to get the kicker, to get the
big boat.
and then they went out to Springsteel.
And then they went to Springsteel, and they were going to be fishing all day.
Yeah,
or
they
all
go.
night.
That's where their nets are. Okay, that's where their nets are, and then they go and they lift the nets and they put the fish in the and take it to the fishery.
Right.
Yeah, every day.
And they go out, and then you hear about them going to Springsteel Bar.
Yeah, they probably would go there after they lifted
After
all
they
the
were
nets.
nets.
Yeah,
They're at the bar, and then they're drinking
Yeah.
with whoever.
yeah. Right.
You don't know anybody that was there
No.
at the bar other than those two. They get back into the big boat,
Big boat. Yeah.
and they start coming back to Warroad,
Yeah. And they got into an argument.
and they got into an argument
Yeah.
about whatever
Where?
over
Who knows?
the house, or
Yeah, could have been the house.
Nobody
who
knows.
Or who knows? And then
Willie never said. You never talked about it after you met him,
No.
or after you talked to him.
I never. Of course, I wasn't. I was only 10 days old.
No, I mean
Yeah.
when you talked to him 20 years later, he never said anything about.
No, I didn't. I didn't know of the situation until I was like 15 or 16. I just know that my dad drowned.
No, but when you called here, when you were 50 or something.
Oh yeah.
You never talked about it.
No.
You
No,
never.
we talked to my mom when she was here.
Yeah, and he never said.
He never. No, I think she knew, but that was her brother.
Right,
Yeah.
but she never said what the argument was about.
They were drinking.
Yeah, but they never said.
what the argument was about.
And so-
Probably more money or who knows.
Yeah, so they're on the boat coming back from Springsteel, and the boat, they get in the argument.
Yeah, and he
You
knocked
think?
my dad
Do
out.
you think it's true?
Yeah, I can see how.
Do you think the police beat it out of him? You think that's
Yeah,
possible?
that could have been. Yeah, that could have been. Well, see what happened. The story that I was told, or he told Mom, or whatever. But he knocked my dad out, and then the border patrol were coming, and so he saw them coming, and he knew they'd stop and talk or whatever. And my dad was laying there, bleeding, I suppose, and he got scared.
But nobody knows it. I mean, he could have just been passed out,
They could have been.
and Willie may have just been confused.
Could have been. But then he threw him in the water.
He did throw him in the water.
Yeah, and I don't know what autopsies did back then if they knew that, but he drowned,
hmm
and so that's the way it was always.
Yeah, I read the police report. It's very, or the story anyway. And the police said we interrogated him for 48 hours straight.
Yeah,
And back then, in the 40s or
Yeah.
50s,
It
you'd
was
think
19 it was
they
42.
were probably beating him
Yeah,
until he said what they wanted to hear.
yeah,
Possibly.
possibly, yeah. But
So maybe,
that's
and
what
he was so
Mom couldn't
drunk,
believe
like
it.
maybe
Yeah.
he didn't know. But
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like he knew.
Yeah,
And you think he knew
Yeah.
what he did.
yeah. Because mom had trouble believing because she said they were very good friends.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know. And I didn't know any of that until I was older. Until I was
You never thought, like, where's Dad? Or,
no. She just said he drowned.
oh, I see.
Yeah, that he drowned.
And then after that happened, your grandparents
Yeah, kind of.
didn't like her.
They didn't like my that, and then because my brother, her brother went to prison.
Right.
Yeah, and in that day you couldn't go visit them. You couldn't, he just kind of disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And she couldn't read or write.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
No communication.
And Willie disappeared. There were still other Oshis around, I'm assuming. Your mom had brothers and sisters.
She had a brother, and she didn't have a sister.
Mm.
She didn't have a sister. I just remember the one brother coming to see her.
He was from World or no?
No, he was from Kenora or Oak Island or out there. I just can't remember who it. Willie.
Willie was in jail.
Yeah, Willie was in jail, and I don't know. She couldn't read or write, and I don't know if he could read or write. To write to her.
What did they do?
I don't know how she heard from him.
Hmm.
Maybe he wrote to her and somebody read it to her or something. I don't know.
What did Grandma do for a living?
Grandma, my mother?
Yeah, your mom.
She was on welfare.
On welfare.
Yeah, we were on welfare for.
And even after Hans died, they didn't get any money or anything.
Not that I know. Yeah, she went right on welfare. Didn't get anything.
The Oshie family didn't do anything. Like, they didn't say, oh, here's some money or we'll take care of you or anything.
No, she was an Oshie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Joe might have helped her a little, brought her groceries and stuff. I don't know. I was pretty little. I was born in 42 when he died.
Mm-hmm. And Lorraine was probably...
7.
And then after, when you were 15, she was probably 20-some.
Yeah,
She'd already
7
moved
years
out.
She got married. Mom wanted her to go to school. I'd been saving money for her to go to school, and she didn't go. She got married instead.
Married to Jerry.
Yeah. But by that time, Mom had started working at Marvin. She had met. There was a house between this house and Maggie's house, and there was a little house there. Fritzingers lived there, and they rented a house, rented a room to this man who came to town to work at Marvin's, and his name was Ernie Gottberg, and Mom married him.
Mom married him?
My mother married
Your grandma married him?
Yeah, my mother married him, and they moved across the river and we moved there by Bushies, and it was a little stucco house. It was a really nice little house. Lorraine and I, and Ernie and Mom, and he got her a job at Marvin's.
Do you think that was weird, her getting married to him?
No.
Hmm.
No. I didn't, I just, she's gonna marry somebody. Yeah.
Out of the blue.
She'd been going out with him. She'd go to the bar with him. They didn't go to movies or anything like that. But he would come home. He was working at Marvin's, and he'd come home, and then they'd go out. And Lorraine and I were home, and sometimes Hans was there.
Oh, Hans and Les were still around.
No, not Les. Les wasn't around. He was never around. Because he was in the sand. He was at the sanitarium.
Oh, the sanitarium.
Yeah, with his...
How did he get TV? Nobody
They
else.
all got TB. All Indians got TB.
But you didn't.
No, Lorraine and I didn't. Les did, though. He was in a sand for a couple of years down in Walker.
A couple of years?
Yeah. Yeah, he had his lower lung clipped, both sides with TB.
You mean they cut his lungs?
Yeah, they had that. That's what they did. They cut the lower part. They take that. The TB was that. That's what they did to try to cure it. I don't know, but he said he had his wings clipped. Down here they take that out. And then in that time too was my sister Mary, and she was working at the hotel, and then
The one on Main Street?
Mhm.
The one where you eventually worked there?
yeah.
Yeah.
And she got
What was she like? Do you remember her?
no.
Oh, you don't remember her?
I don't remember her. I mean, I was a baby when she was 18. She died when she was 18. She never finished school, and I don't think she went for very long. And but she worked at the hotel, and Florence Kakagisic. She was the same age as Florence. They were the same age, and they both worked there. And I have a picture of them, the two of them. And she got pneumonia, I think it was.
No, spinal meningitis.
Spinal meningitis,
Yeah.
that's what it turned out. And then they took her by train up to Winnipeg. And Les went up to see her. And she was really sick then, and she died in Winnipeg.
So Grandma didn't even see her before she died? What Les saw her? What did
Les saw her. Les took a train up there to see her.
That's crazy. That Grandma didn't even see her. What did they do with her? Her body is
Yeah,
in,
she's buried in Warroad.
in Warroad.
Yeah, Les got her home. You know, they had come up with money for one person to go up there.
Yeah.
I'm sure Grandpa and Grandma helped.
What was Les like? Do you remember?
Well, he himself had, he had tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was, was pretty fragile. But, and he was in the sand, and that's where he met his wife, where he met Juanita. She was a nurse there, and they got married there. And he was there for a couple of years.
When they Leduc.
Yeah.
And he
I don't think he graduated. He didn't. He went to school, but he didn't graduate. He got his GED somehow, and then he went on to met Juanita. They got married, and then he went to. They went to Minneapolis, and I think it was in Minneapolis where he got his broadcasting. He started working in Crookston, KROX, and he was a broadcaster.
What was he like as a person? Do you remember?
Yeah, he was very gentle, very nice. He was funny. He was a hard worker, but he had both lower lobes. He lost it.
I mean, did that really affect him at all?
Well, he couldn't do hard work. He had breathing. He couldn't. He was pretty weak, but he provided for his family. He worked in Minneapolis. They both worked in Minneapolis, and they adopted their little Dale Allen.
Oh, Dale Allen was not a...
No, he was...
He was adopted.
Yeah, he was adopted. And then they went to Crookston. And it was there... Why, they were driving home from Crookston to Warroad, and it was something was going on. It was in the wintertime. And in Roseau, they were coming down the thing, and they got in a car accident, and she broke her leg, and she was in the, I know it was because they, poor doctoring or whatever, but she was in there for months because it wouldn't heal, and ended up amputating her leg. And
So she lost her leg too?
yeah, Juanita did, yeah. Les's
That's
wife.
terrible.
8 months or something like that she was in there. It was crazy.
That is
She'd
crazy.
get an infection, and finally they amputated it. And
It seems like the worst care in the world.
absolutely, it was. Not.
Where did she come from?
She was born. She's from Monoman.
Monoman.
Monoman, yeah.
I mean, and obviously they met in the hospital.
Yeah, right. They met at the hospital.
He was there for a couple of years. I can't believe he was there for a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, when you got tuberculosis at that time, it was hard to.
What did he do all day?
Not much, because he was pretty weak.
Did you go see him?
No,
Ever?
we couldn't afford to go there. You know, I was little, and Mom was taking care of me and trying to take care of Lorraine and Hans. And
What was Hans like? Do you remember him?
well, he was 14 years older than me. I remember that he was funny, and he was gone a lot. He would go and work at someplace on a farm, mink ranch or someplace, and he'd send money to Mom. And he'd be home for a little while, and then he'd go off working on a boat in Kenora or someplace. You know,
He was never at home.
No, he didn't stay around much because he had to go and make his own living and send money to home.
Mm-hmm. He didn't have any girlfriends or wives or anything.
I remember though when I was in, he was working in Minneapolis, and I went down to college in Iowa, and I stopped and visited him, and they weren't married, he and this gal, and he was working there and everything, and I stayed overnight to catch a bus to go home. And they had a nice little apartment
In Minneapolis.
in Minneapolis, yeah.
Mm.
It was nice, and they were nice to me, and we went out to eat, and I got the bus home the next day. It was very low income for everybody, you know, and it was an effort to, you know, they knew I was coming, and it was an effort for them to be there for me, to pick me up and bring me home and to get me back, you know, because they didn't have cars. It was to take the bus, but they did, you know, he did, and it was nice, and they were nice. It was good to see each other, and but, you know, you're sitting in the bus wondering, I wonder if he will come.
Yeah, it sounds unlike what we have now.
No, you know, you didn't have phones, you didn't have cell phones, you didn't, you know, you could just write letter and say, I'm coming, and he'll quick write back and say, I'll be there.
Yeah, because you had two brothers
And two sisters.
and two sisters that you really didn't. Well, Lorraine is the one that you really
It
knew.
was the only one I really knew. Hans, I knew better than Les. But Mary, I didn't know at all. I was only a year old when she died.
That's crazy. Where was this picture?
This picture was out at.
Where's that? Is that Buffalo Point?
No, it's at what you call Blueberry Hill. It's out north of War Road. We just went out there. We're together.
Because it looks like they're older.
Oh yeah, they were
Must
older,
be in
and
their-
I was old too.
They must
You
be
know,
in their 30s, right? Or no?
Oh yeah.
How old do you think that picture is? Or what age
let's
are
see.
they?
I was about 16 maybe, because I remember driving out there with them, and we just took pictures. We just took that picture.
Where's everybody else?
There's just the three of us.
Oh, it was just you, Les, and Hans?
Yeah. And it was unreal. I don't know where Lorraine was. Lorraine was probably, I think she was married and was living in, maybe that was when they were in Pennsylvania. Jerry and Lorraine.
They lived in
Girls.
Pennsylvania?
Yeah, he went out there to work at a mink ranch.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, yeah. And Juanita was just little. She's like 4 or 5.
But Dee was...
Juanita.
I know, but Dee must have been...
Oh yeah, she was little, but they loved to ask Juanita, where do you live? Pennsylvania. Because she said it's so funny, and they'd keep asking, Juanita, where do you live?
Who would ask her?
Everybody, because she can say it good. You know. And
She'll love that.
Pennsylvania.
She'll love that.
Yeah, oh yeah, she did. She looked at it and said, Pennsylvania.
That's great.
How you tease kids.
Yeah, of course. Was Vernon and...
Yeah, Vernon.
Vernon was there.
Vernon and
Dee
and
Gidge.
I don't think Gidge was there, because Juanita was just little when they came back. But she was born in. They weren't there very long. I think he just went out there for a season. He went. The guy that ran the mink ranch moved him out there to work for the season. And then he came back, and Juanita was old. Well, I suppose Gidge was there too.
Gidge was there?
Yeah, but I don't think Vern and Tom were born yet.
Well, it was Dee and then Vernon, right? Isn't Vernon after Dee?
Yeah, Dee and Vernon, and then
Juanita. And then Gidge.
Yep. And then Tom.
And Les. And that's it. Oh, and then Christy, of course.
Yeah. But Christy, I don't know, Christy, was she older than Vernon?
Christy?
No, she was after.
I thought she was younger than Les.
Oh, could be.
Is that not right? I don't know.
Could be. Christy, I don't even know. Yeah, maybe that was.
Well, she was given up for adoption because she couldn't take care of her.
Yeah.
I thought.
And I don't know if, I don't think Jerry was the dad.
No, and that's why I thought it was after Les.
Yeah.
Because Les is Jerry's kid, right?
Yeah. And that must have been when I went away to college, and I was in Ottumwa or Bemidji or whatever. Because after I graduated from high school, I was pretty well gone.
From Warroad,
From Warroad, yeah.
Yeah, so when you graduated, so you knew Margie, right? There's a picture of her.
Yeah, oh yeah. We were very good friends. We were
Right
in a
here.
band together.
You like this picture.
That was when we
Right?
were confirmed, yeah. Yeah.
When you were confirmed.
When we were confirmed. That's Carol Hardy.
Carol Hardy, yeah.
Yeah. That's Margaret, my cousin, Margaret Oshie.
Margaret Oshie, yeah.
Yeah. And that's me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Margie. There's Kathleen Poole.
Mm-hmm.
Denise Vicarious. Rose Beaupre. They were cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They
They look alike.
Yeah. I think there's.
Who are the other creepers back there?
Yeah. That's Bonnie. I can't remember her last name. Bonnie was her name. That's Rita Foster. That was in front of the Catholic rectory.
In Warroad.
In Warroad, yeah.
Where's the rectory?
This is the rectory where the priest lived.
No, I mean, where is it in Warroad?
In Warroad. Oh, it's, the church is here, and the rectory was right next to it. The big church.
The big church right downtown.
In Warroad.
Yeah.
Then the rectory is
Behind it.
Behind it. Yeah.
So it's past Main Street, off the west or east of Main Street. East, yeah.
East, north and east.
The big one that Lorraine her funeral was at.
Yeah. That was just built then. It was 1960.
Huh. And you and Margie met how?
We were because we were we were in the same grade together. We were all in the same grade, but she and I sang in the choir. She played the organ.